chasing the cash, I just can't get enough. I've been in and still in my bag. Watch how I run it up. Spaceship straight to the moon. I had to love her love. Shorty was falling in love. All in a double cup. You know I be chasing the cash. It ain't no slowing down. These people all up in my business. They think they know me now.
Watch how I level up. I'm blowing woods at the shop with a double cup. Yup, niggas know not to fuck with us.
You will be playing red light, green light. Green light.
You know they say, money the root of all evil. But you gotta ask yourself,
You will be playing red light, green light.
is it worth dying for? I'm like, yeah. Green light all the way. You know?
I say my wrist brand new, my car brand new, my chick brand new. I guess I'm brand new. They say can I hold some? Man, no can do. I'm bumping Lil Wayne. It's probably Carter too. Man, I say red light, green light.
Yeah, red light, green light. Don't seem right, but made it to the other side. Like
red light, green light.
Yeah, came from that street life. Make sure my team right. Make me giving that green light.
Red light, green light. I got 100 back from transport, 100 racks in my JanSport. Like what the hell I go ham for? I'm in Dubai. In a sandstorm, I got 3 girls I don't care for. Out of 3-some, I gotta share more. I got a bad chick like Kylie. Make it rain on her 90. Poker face feel ivy. She begging, untie me. Getting money excite me. I'm out the mud, it got slimy. I was dead, broken in debt, and then I signed myself, so don't sign me. I say my wrist brand new, my car brand new, my chick brand new. I guess I'm brand new. They say can I hold some? Man, no can do. I'm bumping Lil Wayne. It's probably Carter too. Man, I say red light, green light.
Yeah, red light, green light. Don't seem right, but made it to the other side. Like
red light, green light.
Yeah, came from that street life. Make sure my team right. Make me giving that green light.
20K in jury and a Hellcat back in 19. 2020 could've been red eye, but my wrist started playing hockey. Wore the same pants for 2 days, but 100 racks up in my jeans. Made me started tripping, so my side turned white. They went red light in the pandemic. I went green light in the pandemic. I made $250,000 in the mountains. Focus on M's, I need me accountant. I got youngs on payroll clutching. He gon' bend, we leave him dust. He don't stop, he lead the function. Press control, delete his nuts.
I say my wrist brand new, my car brand new, my chick brand new. I guess I'm brand new. They say can I hold some? Man, no can do. I'm bumping Lil Wayne. It's probably Carter too. Man, I say red light, green light.
Yeah, red light, green light. Don't seem right, but made it to the other side. Like
red light, green light.
Yeah, came from that street life. Make sure my team right. Make me giving that green light.
Red light, green light.
Green light. Red light.
That must be my guy now. Hey, it's Stelio. I know this guy. He's my dad's old bully. Hey!
Yeah.
Shit almost too easy for me now, though. Yeah, let's go. Look. Y'all niggas know, hella rest gang, man, that shit don't change. Look, all I do is win. I be throwing nails, all my niggas do the same thing. We deep in cheddar, straight, they be gangbang. Really be just getting money, trying to maintain. Got a bunch of little shooters with a dead aim. And they all think they keep bang bang. And my shit gon' move like an egg check, bitch, you just gon' do. Then I hit that booth and kick that shit, nigga, this kung fu. Slit your wrist, hang yourself, suicide dude, killing everything. Hungry than a bitch, so I eatin' everything. Fuck what you talking, nigga, swerving everything. Kush OG, so you smell the Mary Jane, bitch, I'm high off life. Leave me in the booth with a beat, swear to God, tracks. And I put that on my mama, I bring it to a motherfucker like drama. I don't really care who done it. If you niggas running, I'm the marathon bomber. Nigga, that's just life. Shit, you live and you die. Then you picked up a mic, and you start living a lie. That got me feeling like Sosa. Some shit that I really don't like. Probably pick up a toaster. All rappers give me a life. Nice to meet you, nigga. R&B, hip-hop, reaper niggas. I'm really trying to teach these niggas, cause all these niggas just reaching niggas. Y'all some fucking losers. Fucking actors. This is not a song. Step on killing rappers.
Nobody on this level, you ain't never seen this stage. Listen to my attitude on this track, boy, you ain't never heard this rage. Let me slow it down, dumb it down, gotta make sure that every dialect understand me. I don't even consider myself a rapper, cause they can't even stand me. I can understand if you don't like rap, cause I don't really like rap either. Everybody wanna rap, everybody catching it, must be rap fever. Which is why I don't consider myself a rapper, I'm a rap eater. Sever the head, attach it from the body, then finalize it with a pap smear. But I ain't a doctor, I ain't a murderer, I'm an artiste. And everybody wanna reach to my level, but they don't understand that it's a far reach. This is all to make sure my guarantee ain't no coming back after. This ain't no verses, step by step on how to kill a rapper. It's cold blood murder, and that's a definite. Culinary genius with this beef, just start accepting it. So if my team eat rappers, then I'm chefing it. If hip hop is dead, then you're witnessing the death of it.
Good morning, baby.
Sarah, you know I can hear you up all night. You really have to be getting more sleep. And what is my little Picasso drawing this time?
Our family.
Pretty good, too. You even got Mom's figure right.
And my invisible friend.
And your invisible friend, huh? And what is this invisible friend's name?
I said I call him Mr. Pizza Face.
Girls, you have a good day at school today, okay? Love you both. Be good.
But he always makes me call him Freddy.
You go through life thinking that you can protect the ones that you love by shutting them away from your darkness, burying your past, trying to forget every ounce of that trauma. But I find that my past has only gotten darker. And he's back.
Drew, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and go back to Elm Street. No, we buried you. You're supposed to be dead.
Miss me.
Thought I knew my husband. Every secret, every habit. The man in this house was a lie. His past, all those deaths. They never found the Merv from the Springwood massacre. All of his closest friends were butchered. And now Sarah's. You let a monster loose.
Welcome to my nightmare.
It's your boy Squirrel, man. Rob.
Oh, yeah. Episode 38.
For a while out there. Let's get somebody like come out to Florida from here and they like, who the fuck is Dom?
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah, start calling you Dom.
Damo. You don't like that Dom shit.
So, give the people some information, a quick little run through of why you're on this show today. What's your techniques? What's your talents?
Gotcha. So I'm a director and editor, just working in production in general. So I do music videos, commercials, movies, you name it. You can peep a lot of my stuff out on IG, Who's Your Film Daddy? Or YouTube at Twin Life Zone. You see a lot of my stuff there, kind of like a play on Twilight Zone, but I got twin daughters, so yeah. I've done everything under the sun, like commercials, music videos, movies, short films, like worked with tons of people. I mean, like, you know, whatever you want to know.
Name some of these people you worked with, man.
So this past year was probably one of the biggest years of my life. I worked the Super Bowl, got to work with The Weeknd. We did a documentary out there with Showtime. I got to produce a commercial with Michael B. Jordan and Coach. Got to direct a commercial with Taraji P. Henson last year. Got to direct, man,
Some big ass names.
6 music videos last year.
They say you didn't know Damo smoke. Damo is a fucking stoner. That would be outspoken me.
Who is that?
That's Mr. Man.
Man.
He be pulling up blowing, man. So, all right, man. So let people, like, when did you start, like, with the film thing? Like, when did you know that was a thing for you? Like, you wanted to start, like, take it film serious.
So, man, it was probably like 2007, 2008. Back when we were still doing the whole LRS thing, we were in a rap group together, and
yeah, that's him with y'all.
we needed music videos, and somebody had told me that you could take some classes down at PMN downtown, and you can rent out cameras and all of that for $15.
I think they still do it.
No, they definitely do. This is me kind of plugging that a little bit. Anybody interested in film, anybody trying to learn about it, man, go down to PMN downtown.
You can rent cameras right down there?
Yeah, you go down there, take a $15 class, and you good. So,
but you get in the door. You know what I'm saying? It is some big ass cameras, but you get in the door, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, that's where I got my start. And we started doing music videos, and I just kind of realized how much I enjoyed putting that together. So, and it was also just because when we did music, I always felt like I was a storyteller regardless. Like, even in my lyrics, like, I just enjoy telling stories. So I just kind of changed the medium, and now I'm just doing movies and all of that. Just kind of picked up from there.
So, like, when is like what's the first thing you ever shot and when?
Like the first thing I ever shot was some bullshit. It was just like some stuff I had on the camera. I just like recorded a few things and like was down at KVCC and put it all together. And it was a little basic trailer of like nothing. It was just me. I remember I put like some ketchup on a knife and like put it across the camera. And I'm like, yo, this shit dope. Like they don't even know. I'm like, I just made this. Nah, and I low key, I still got it. It's trash.
You got everything.
Super trash.
You just talking about that.
I remember I used to put y'all in stuff all the time.
I think I seen one of those when we was in the back of New Gen. That shit was so whack. It was cold then.
No, but here's the thing that I like respect is that all of y'all were always down. Like it was some weird shit, and y'all be like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like writing scripts and shit, and you know, it's interesting.
Yeah, we was doing shit. That shit crazy. So, what you think is the first actual music video outside of us, though, not us?
Mike Steves.
Mike Steves was your first video?
Mike Steves was my first music video.
Remember the song?
I don't remember the song, man. I know.
I thought it was Chef. It was
Chef. Nah. Chef was second.
I do remember.
Chef was second.
I do remember Steve's talking about it.
Yeah. Yes. It was Steve's and who used to do music with Steve's over there?
Zeus.
Nah, not Zeus. This was like when Steve used to record at his crib, like upstairs.
It was Dreekis or Chef?
Right there, Dreekis. Yep. Both of them. It was a music video of both of them, and I remember I shot a lot of footage over there on Go Road at the car wash.
Did it ever come out?
Yeah, it came out.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, and then the second one was Chef. That was like my first like big music video. To me, I thought that shit was
was too much. Yeah. I had cars and shit.
Man, it was like probably like 25, 30 cars.
Niggas
low key, like to be honest, it was trash. Chef knew it was trash.
He ain't like the video, you let him see it?
No, yeah, he saw it. He ain't like, I can tell he ain't like love it.
A lot more.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like with all of the stuff that I brought out, like it definitely seemed like it would be more, but like I ain't, honestly, I was still, I was at the beginning. Like I had a homemade dolly out there.
Did they pay you?
Yeah, like $200.
Ah, shit.
I remember at the time I was like, this was a lot. Like,
you did your own dolly, homemade dolly.
Yeah, I like built it and everything.
I didn't know what he was doing out there.
Bro, it was just me and Will, and Will just like standing behind me. I got the shit like on there and just like pushing it. It's like 30 cars just like whipping around.
A lot of people. Like he really killed them with that. If that video was done with a nigga like they was ready for that, that'd have been a crazy video. You know what I'm saying?
Today me? Yeah, different story. Different story.
That's crazy. What was that? Plug Me With Your Mexicans?
That's right.
And it was a hit. Plug Me With Your Mexicans. It's about that same time, 07, right?
Yeah, this is like 07.
Yeah,
that's wild. Yeah. Shout out to Chef.
Yeah, shout out Chef.
Nah, he doing so. That's my boy, man. That shit's crazy.
Chef, man, he be always asking, where your boy at? Like, yeah, he ready for it now. That's funny as hell.
What made you start wanting to write the treatment for the video? Like,
I'll take it to that far?
Yeah. Like stop.
Like putting treatments together?
Yeah, stop just making videos and start thinking them out.
To be honest, this nigga. just because like working with him, he was one of the first artists who just kind of like let me do me. He'd just be like, nah, like you good at this. Like just, like do you. So when I would do it, I would low key like put these like pages together so I knew like all the stuff that I needed to get. So once I started working with other artists, it was just easier because I put all of this stuff together and it's easy for me to sell my vision to them if they can see it.
Yep.
As opposed to me just like, trying to politic with them verbally and like they don't really get it. But when I like write it all out, put pictures together and like put a whole like presentation together, they get it. And that's how you get a dope video.
I don't even know how you be thinking of that shit. I went to Florida. He's like, man, just come. All you gotta do is come. I go down there. This nigga talking about sci-fi. He talking about sci-fi, Twilight Zone. We finna be in another dimension. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, how did you even think of that? Like, so, boom. You doing videos up here.
Hey, put that shit out.
You're doing videos up here.
Mm-hmm.
How did you end up in Florida?
Barry Fry. Barry Fry. He had moved out to Orlando, and he was telling me about a school out there, Full Sail. And I had never even thought about moving. It wasn't really it just wasn't a thought. Everybody I knew was here. Like, where am I gonna go?
Full Sail got everything.
Yeah. So I talked to him, and he convinced me to come out and take a trip. So me and Will took a vacation out there and went to go check out the school, and it was all I needed. I had never seen anything like this. This was all.
I remember you was preaching that shit.
And it was at the beginning for me where
Everybody ready to go to Full Sail.
to me, film was still a side hustle. I'm working at Noodles and Company. I was like, this is. But when I took that trip, I was like, yo, this is a career. People do this for a living and make real, drug dealer money.
Yeah, for real.
When they've been doing it for a while.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so that was it.
The experience at Full Sail, so y'all actually went to the school and looked around and shit?
So we went to the school, took the tour. I'm blown away. I come back, me and Will yo, we got bounce. And this is when we living out in Alamo.
Malls.
Yeah.
I'm from the malls. We used to be in the malls.
Yeah, we were out there for about a year and a half, paying what? $25 for rent a month.
That's crazy.
That's when we weren't making anything. And so we put a plan together. The plan sunk through. And what happened was we kept saying, when we get this amount, when we get this amount. And that finish line keep getting further away because life happens, you know what I mean? Stuff keep getting in the way. And eventually I was like, bro, we gotta go. I was like, we gotta go.
Let's go right now.
Yeah, so I was like, look, this how much money, and at the time he couldn't leave yet. And I was like, well, I'm gonna go down and just try to set up shop. So I left, took that trip, and I ended up renting a room out there. I got a room off Craigslist. That's back in the day when Craigslist was
you
could.
Wasn't on Airbnb.
Or you get murked off that bitch now.
Man, I'll never forget. We get out there.
Wasn't on Airbnb. You right?
Nah. That's how you found it, was on Craigslist. And it was bro, some dude had me set up in the living room with trash bags centered off. And Verna was with me at the time.
Oh shit.
And she had just come down to help me move down. And I remember we went back to the car. I was like, how much is it for the first week? He was like, $75. I was like, all right, let me just go back to the car. And we go sit in the car and I look at her and she just started cracking up laughing. It's one of those, what you gonna do now, nigga? You moved here.
Hell yeah. I know she was on your
Now your ass get trash bag divided.
Nah, she was like, ain't no way you can stay here. I was like, I don't know what to do. And we went, got a hotel, and just she thugged it out with me for a few days. And we just looked online and found a spot, and then went set up there. I lived with these Romanians for for 6 months. I mean, they were fresh there. They were,
speak English?
Yeah, but his wife, very little. And they had only been there for 6 months.
That's just so weird.
Yep, then Will moved down there. We were down there for a bit, did 6 months, and ran out of money, came back, because we just couldn't afford to live there no more. Never went to the school, nothing. Lived back here, and then I was just, uncomfortable. And I'm like, I gotta get back to Florida. I gotta get back there. I lived here for a year, did GRCC. And again, it was just one of those days where I was like, I gotta go. I can't. I'm uncomfortable. I had $900, packed all of my stuff up, got on the highway, drove down to my cousin. I took my brother to Corian, I took Will, and we drove all the way to Florida. And that was the last time. Like I ain't never come back after that.
Damn, that shit's crazy.
I was in that bitch homeless, like all types of stuff. It was a tough like first year.
That's insane. And people don't know that, don't even know that side though.
Yeah.
I remember you down there making the rap videos. This shit looked all good to me. This nigga looking happy. I know that nigga mentioning everybody for the zoo. That nigga think of the names niggas but not even think of. Throwing them in verses and shit. That shit funny as hell.
Nigga, my mind didn't even know about that stuff.
Damn, that's
yeah.
crazy.
Like I ain't tell. Like when I was going through it, I ain't really tell nobody because I'm like, she can't do nothing about it. She just gonna stress about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, man, like as a man, I just kind of gotta eat this and like figure it out.
How long did it take you to get set?
About like a year.
And was you getting camera work at this time, or was you just getting a job?
Nah, yeah, I was working at Dollar General, and then I was like doing little like side things here and there for like a little while, just like off again, just those Craigslist days, man. Like that's where I got my gigs from for a long time, and then like that's where I got introduced to like the hood down there, cause like that's where niggas would like look for music videos and all of that. So I started like meeting artists like that way.
That's crazy. I never knew that shit.
What's scary is when it ain't your hood. Like I remember one day I shot a music video and like it's like 30 niggas and like most of them got guns and it's me. Just like that little meme that you see like that's just me. Like I was dolo.
Like damn nigga, y'all just pointing these guns at me, nigga.
That shit, you don't think that should be scary? I be thinking I don't trust that shit.
Yeah, we don't do it no more. Like
you don't let
like I don't do music. Like the thing is, like if we did a music video like that, it's controlled as fuck. Like it's super, and it's just because of the industry that I work in now. Like I can't do like bro, I'd be done like in my industry. Like if I did, because there was a cinematographer who just got killed.
Off that? I mean, that dude, that famous dude, shot that dude.
Yeah.
With the knife.
Yeah.
What? They was shooting a video?
Nah. It was a movie, but it's just like
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
He shot somebody must be a blank during the movie, and it wasn't no blank.
It was a live
Killed
round. Yeah, she died.
On set.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he go to jail?
No,
Nah, it wasn't like it's not his responsibility.
That's vicious.
There's like
it's an accident.
Yeah, but it's like, but think about how controlled that environment is, and like how uncontrolled a music video could be with just one camera dude and it's
30 guns.
Yeah, all of them pointing at you. And you don't know if they loaded, like none of like.
It probably is.
Yeah, because you ain't sitting there like checking to make sure and like making sure that everybody know gun etiquette and like all of that stuff.
Got their finger on the trigger while they.
Yeah, man, people be like they put their life on the line. Like I couldn't do it. Like not no more.
So you say you didn't end up going. So you got back and you didn't go to Full Sail. So you started doing the videos, linked up with people in the hood. What came after that? Like.
Man, I ended up going to a smaller school called the Art Institute of Tampa.
Okay.
Went there for 4 years, got my degree. While I was doing that, I was on the side. Like eventually, I got fired, so I stopped working at Dollar General, started working at this like medical place, and I was doing like media stuff for them for like a little bit. But it was just I ain't never worked a full time before, and this was my first time kind of experiencing it, and it was like, it was uncomfortable. Like I wasn't used to it. And they let me shoot my senior like film there, and like, man, we fucked up. We like fucked some shit up, and I tried to fix it, and they fired me. And after that, at the time, my kid's mom, she was like, maybe you should go freelance. Like maybe this is the time for you to go freelance. And that's when I stopped like working a full-time job, and I never like looked back since, man. Like make my own schedule, get up when I want to, work when I want to, all of that.
How
and
long
it's like,
did it take you to maintain though? That's the question niggas want to know.
Yeah, probably about like 2.5 years, 2.5 to 3 years. And
so it's a process.
Yeah, nah, for sure. But you also got to look at the time that I did it, the girls were like in the womb.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
like,
so it's double time.
Yeah, so it ain't even like
double time.
And it's like if this is an industry that you want to get in and like you really want to get in it, you got to do it in a transition in your life. You got to do it at a point where you ready to like make that
gotta
leap.
Make it happen.
Yeah, like you ready to make that leap. Just being real, if you want to do it successfully. Like if you really want to do it successfully, you got to like go all in for it. You can't really like dip a toe.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But it's fruitful. Like it's hella fruitful, especially now, like after like COVID and all of that. Like most people don't know, but like we got shut down, like super shut down. Like nobody was shooting anything. The people who were getting paid were editors, cause like we had to like repurpose old footage, cause we weren't getting no new footage. Like we weren't getting anything. So shows are trying to like dig back into like old stuff and all of that. And like now it's grind time. So like everybody hiring, including in the film industry.
So how'd you go from shooting videos to working with movies though?
I started shooting my own. So I would just like write these little short films. Like, you know, everybody got an idea. Like everybody like, man, I got this script, I got this, I got that. Me too. So like I did it. And I did it by myself at first. Like before I moved, like they used to help me out and it would just be these little small like 5-minute things just to kind of like.
You know, some weird shit.
Yeah, and just like.
What the fuck? All right, let's do it, Domo.
And just like, you know, hone my craft. Like really like,
See what you can do.
And not only that, but it's like I love the music videos and the music videos are dope, but I wanted to tell a story. And I was like, man, I also want to learn how to bring these stories to music videos. Cause like, no like diss to any rapper, anything like that, but it's just like, there's a lot of music videos that's just like rinse, wash, and repeat.
Same shit.
Yeah, and it's just like, like I gotta, like there's a running joke with one local filmmaker here, and it's just like, the thing is, they like, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this music video and it's gonna look like I'm pushing, but then like we're gonna turn it around and like the bag is gonna be like my mixtape, but it's like the DVDs.
Everybody said the same shit.
Yeah, and it's just like the same, like man, I done seen that music video so many times at this point.
I never thought about the many times that people say that. People really think that's an original idea.
Yeah, and it's just like, you gotta think about, I think it is. I think the thing. So when I listen to a song, like I really listen to the song. I really listen to like what this person is trying to like get past. Like even if it feel like gibberish to everybody else, I'm trying to figure out like what a story is here that I can piece together and like
put to them.
Yeah, and like everybody like see like, you know, this is interesting. Like it ain't just the same shit that I'm seeing over and over and over again.
That's crazy as hell. That's crazy. So what's your first major film situation in Florida?
Probably the Nightmare on Elm Street thing.
How did that come about?
I was visiting this ship downtown. It was an old like World War II ship, and my homeboy was filming a thing there for like this Star Wars, like it was like a fan film. And I was like, man, like I don't really do Star Wars like that. I ain't like come up like, bro, and like the way everybody look at me when I be like, I ain't watched Star Wars. It's like, well, what'd you watch? I was like, I don't know, like Boys in the Hood, Jason's Lyrics, like Medicine Society.
Hell yeah.
They're like, what are those?
I'm like, man, I ain't like, you know, I ain't grow up on that shit. Like the fact that I'm even into sci-fi now, y'all should be praising me. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't even remember the question. I'm super
how you did the Nightmare on Elm Street?
Oh, yeah. So I visited the ship, and then I was thinking to myself, like, what's the thing that, like, I know really well, like, people know Star Wars. I was like, oh, shit, Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, I know those movies like the back of my hand. I was like, it would be dope to shoot something here, because it looked like a boiler room. So I had, like, one idea. I was like, yo, we just gonna do one shot, this, like, dolly-in shot of, like, him and the glove, and then, like, we'll just do, like, a creepy laugh, and it'll be silhouetted, and that'll be it. And I was like, yo, it'll do views. Like, I'm telling you, like, it'll do numbers. That's all we gotta do. So from there, you know, it's hard to like contain that, especially if it's like a long time before you shoot it. So like the longer it took, the more ideas I'm coming up with. And then eventually I had like a full movie. And I was like, man, how am I gonna do this? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna turn it into 3 trailers. I'm gonna pull just a bunch of scenes from the script and just shoot these small scenes and make the trailers. And then that's how we did it. I did a bunch of posts on Facebook, and by this time I had built a pretty like decent name for myself down in Tampa as a filmmaker. So people seen the work, like they know like I'm gonna put quality stuff out. So if there's like an actor who's like looking to like build their reel up or something like that, they're gonna be a part of it. Like even though it's not fans, because they know it's gonna be solid. So
I didn't think about it going cutting that deep though.
well, and it's like, and that's what I mean. Like, so once you work, like once you get in the industry like that, and that's why I say you can't just put a toe. Like you gotta like be ready to make that move and just go ahead and jump in. And all aspects of that are important. So like even if you just at the bottom, a production assistant, at this point, if it ain't, the only way you would work a job if it ain't paying is if it was something like that where it's like, yo, this will be like really good for my resume. This would be really good for my resume. And like we racked up probably like a total like 30 million views.
That's crazy.
Like, and I got to, I had like a couple of the directors like reach out to me and just like, you know, applaud me for the trailer from like the old ones.
Damn.
And then a few of the actors reached out. So it was
that makeup and shit look good.
But that was one of those things where like, it was grind time. Like that wasn't, I don't want anybody to think that I got those many views because it was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Reach around. I see what you say. No, but it counts though. That's your Nightmare on Elm Street though.
Well, no. But what I'm saying is like, I just don't want people to think that we got that many views because it was Freddie. Because all of the stuff that I did, like leading up to that, like I probably, like I Googled and like looked for like podcasts. And I looked for horror podcasts specifically. And I looked for the top 100 like horror podcasts. And then I looked at all of their numbers, like how many like listeners they get and all of that. And then I put together like a little like write-up. Like, yo, my name Domonic Smith. Like I do this and like put together a few photos, like all of that stuff. But like just tweaked it for every single person. So it was like directed at them. And like out of that, I probably got like 40 people to like get back to me. And like I did all of these podcasts and like, so now you got their different audiences tuning in. And then from there, I Googled like the top like horror, like Facebook groups. And then boom, like posted in there, like posted to the people who like run the page. Yeah. So then like
found your audience.
And then like all of them post the trailers, and from there it was just like, you know, it was game time.
That's crazy. I didn't think of it like that.
30 million.
That's crazy.
The hardest part about that is like people don't teach you how to deal with like the negative shit that come with that. Like everybody want to go viral until you like really go viral. Like I probably had a total of like 18,000 comments, like 18,000 comments, and they were coming to my phone. And I was like waking up to it. You know what I mean? Like every day, like you got all of these different comments, and I would say 80% of them was they like 80% was positive.
Okay, that's good.
And then 20% were negative.
Assholes.
Well, I would say 10% were like negative with like no like reason for being negative, and then the other percent were just like racist for no reason.
That's funny as hell.
But like that shit'll eat at you, bro. Like
thinks he can make credit. Nigga can't make credit.
Like it's one thing to like read like 10, 15 bad comments, but to read like 2,000 about you, you know what I mean? Like about you, like motherfuckers like, did y'all shoot this on a potato? Like who shot this? Did kids shoot this? Like, bro, and like some creative shit. Like they were like, what do you say? Let me guess. Freddy Krueger's Medea. Somebody said that shit to me.
Mad as a bitch, did it?
Bro, that shit got to me for like a real long time. And then eventually, like, you realize what it was eventually I stopped arguing with people, and I was just like nice about it. I was just like, oh, you know, I'm sorry you ain't enjoy it. Maybe you can check out my YouTube and there might be something over there. Nah, and then people were responding like, oh, I ain't even know like somebody would respond. Like, I thought this was from a studio or like this and that. And I'm like, well, Why would you say shit like that? And like some people were like trying to reach out, like as actors and all of that stuff.
Nah, fuck you, remember? Potato, nigga.
So what came after Freddie? What was your next big thing after the Freddie?
After that, I was kind of like in a lull for a minute. Like I was still working, but I was just working. Like I wasn't really doing anything like for myself, and man, that shit sound like rain. Yeah, I wasn't really doing anything like for myself, and that's where like all of the big shit came from, was like the stuff that was for me. Like it wasn't really me working for somebody else. It was me like directing my own stuff. But like I was like going through a separation, and like that shit was tough, so I kind of like paused for a little bit, and then got back into it like hard the end of 2020. I got a gig with National Geographic. Yeah, a really weird ass plug for like a smoke session. But yeah, I did Nat Geo for like 5 months during COVID, and then towards the end of that, I started doing commercials, like editing commercials, and like big ones. Like I was doing stuff for the NFL, I was doing stuff for Papa John's. Like I was like the go-to dude for this stuff for like a little bit, and that stuff came out of nowhere, and it was just because I had a professor from when I graduated college who moved to Philly, started working at an agency, and like I was always grinding at school. Like he always like saw me grinding. I was the only, like not the only one, but like one of few at the school who was like checking equipment out, not just for like projects, but like for my own stuff, like not just for school, because you know I just wanted to know more, like all of that stuff. And especially because I was like one of 3 niggas there. So
that nigga had to be the best of the best, sir.
It is crazy because I was still shit at everything else. Like bro, I almost didn't graduate because I had to take algebra 3 times.
Yeah. But I go work that motherfucking camera.
Man, all day.
Well, Matt Gerard said, just give me to the piano. Give me to the piano. I know I got it.
So, you said you did stuff with Papa John's and the NFL. What? How do you?
Oh shit! No. You know what? Let me cut you off real quick because I just remembered. My biggest one at the time was when I was in school, and it was with what's his name? Yo Gotti.
Oh yeah.
It was with Yo Gotti. So let me tell the story real quick.
Mention about that.
Yeah. So it was Yo Gotti and Zedzilla. So Craigslist days again. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, what is this?
I don't know. So Craigslist days, somebody make a post looking for an editor for a music video. I hit them up, shoot a few of my stuff, and they're like, yo, all right, meet us at this McDonald's, like on the south side of Tampa. So I meet up with them, they pull out contracts. I ain't never even had somebody like have me sign contracts, you know what I mean? Like this was like different for me and all new, and I'm like reading, like trying to like read through it. And I didn't understand what the contracts was for, and then boom, at the bottom of the contract, I see Yo Gotti's name. The dude today, he go by Video Guy.
Video Guy. I feel like we got in your crowd.
Yeah, so he go by Video Guy. Today I can't remember his real name. But yeah, so I signed all of these contracts, and they hand me over a hard drive, and they like, all right, get us a cut back in like a week. And I'm like, bet. Get them a cut back.
What the fuck is a cutback?
Oh, like an edit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get them an edit and then send it back to them, and then they send it off to the studio. So they send it off to the studio, and then the studio sends me like a bunch of notes back, all of this, and it take a month and a half before like everything is cleared. I meet back up with them, hand the hard drive off. This nigga pull out a knot, bro, like this. $200, like that was it. And like I knew it at the time. I was getting paid $200, but like,
so you like look out for you. Huh?
Yeah, it was just like
the, throw a nigga $5 one time.
Right, like the stunt that just happened right now.
You seen all that money, your heart went up. Like, oh, this nigga finna.
Yeah, and then it was
bless me.
It was funny because he turned around and he was like, "Yo, do you want to?" He's like, "I got this other music video that's actually on that hard drive. If you want to cut that one too." And I was like, "Well." honestly, I usually charge like 500, but I was just like cutting you a deal for that one, and it was funny because this artist wasn't even a known artist, and he was like, yeah, so for this one we really got the budget for that. Like I gotta do 200, but I'll hit you up if we have something for that budget. I ain't never hear from him again. I ain't never hear from him again. And like what's crazy is now that like I'm at that level, I'm like, yo, I would never like do my people like that. You know what I mean? Like I'd never like fuck somebody over like that.
It's a business. You said $200.
Yeah. No. They offered $200, but it's
did he use the video?
real talk. But like it's just now that like I view it that way, you know, the industry is already tough for black people in general, and it's already like when you ain't even like looking out for your own people.
Did you use the video you made?
Yeah, it's live. Yeah, it's on there. It was on World Star and everything.
No, that's why he wasn't excited. I caught this nigga the other day. It was like, man, your video on World Star. That nigga said, oh.
Man, I was like washing dishes or something, and I was like, man, I want to get back to him, but like it's tough to type. My hands like wet.
So at the end of 2020, you said you got real serious and shit. You cracked back down. What was the next biggest thing you did? I heard you say something about the Super Bowl and shit.
Okay, yeah. So I worked the Super Bowl. So we did the thing with The Weeknd, and we shot a documentary out there for just like what goes into the halftime show. That shit was like another experience, man. Like I worked it for 8 days. Yeah, you know what? The documentary release, I'ma like release some shit to y'all.
World premiere.
All right, so I worked it for 8 days. It was like super intense because of COVID and all of that. You got like 3 check-ins before you can even get to like the stadium. And they test you every other day. Like as soon as you get there, they test you, and like the next day they send you an email to let you know like, hey, you can't come in, or like, you know, you good to come in. So we did it for 8 days. And one of the coolest experiences was just like watching this nigga perform every day. That's what you do. You come to work and you watch this nigga perform and like get better and better every day. Yeah, him and like the dancers are getting better, and that's all I did. Low key, I was in, they had me stationed in Jay-Z's booth. Yep, Jay-Z at Beyonce's booth. So I found that out the day before the Super Bowl. I had been in there the whole time, and they're like, hey, we gonna clear you out because Hov coming tomorrow. And I was like, oh, okay, dope. And so everybody gone, and I'm packing up like at the end of the night, and it's just me there. And it's like 4 chairs like down front, cause it's a whole room. It's like a little like, you know, apartment. There's like a kitchen, like all types of stuff. So I'm sitting there packing all of my stuff up, and I was like, fuck, like this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm in this room, and this nigga gonna be here tomorrow. Like, how do I like monopolize? So I'm looking through my wallet. I was like, I ain't got no business cards, no nothing. Bro, I had a Polaroid picture of me and my daughter. I was like, man, I got a bunch of these bitches, and I put my Instagram on there. And I tuck it like in this chair, and I'm looking around. I was like, shit, they gonna clean it. So I sit in the chair, and I was like, all right, let me like figure out how to like put it in perfect so when the nigga sit down, it just fall in his lap. And then, so in this point, like this instant, you got to decide on which chair to use. I'm like, man, which one Hov looked like he was sitting in? And I'm sitting there like crossing my legs. I was like, nah, this one ain't comfortable.
Need somebody to find it. Just gonna get the Hov.
Oh shit! But so that went down.
Yeah, that's what they gonna do. Somebody find that bitch. Look at this motherfucker. This nigga's creative. He's bad.
But yeah, so I did that. And did so we worked the Super Bowl. The job that I do at the time was to just like, you just take in footage. They just like give you memory cards, and you you just organize it. You make sure like all the footage good, and it's all like, you know, good to go. On a normal project, you might get like 5 cars a day. Like nothing like too crazy, and it's like 1 camera. But for the Super Bowl, it was like 10 different cameras. I'm getting like 25, 30 cars a day. And it's like, it's a lot, and they don't like dump quick. And you gotta like keep track of it and make sure like you giving them a card that you didn't like, you know, download yet, like all of this stuff. Like it can easily like fuck you up. So fast forward, we shoot everything for the Super Bowl done. Like shit was dope. One of the most like amazing things I've ever like been a part of. A week later, I get a call.
Some of the game or just a half?
Oh no, so they shot a lot of the game, but like it was all about the weekend. It was all about this halftime show and all what goes in, because it was a whole documentary for Showtime. So I get a call or a text from one of the producers, and she was like, did you see the footage of the weekend, like right before he goes on stage? She's like, that's the only footage we're missing. It's like, and this is the most important footage of this whole documentary, is like his like few minutes before he go on stage, like his last thoughts and like, that's what we like shot all of this for.
Yeah.
And this is the footage that is missing. Yeah. Like, you know, you getting 25, 30 cars a day.
Did
and
you
like
find it?
like luckily she reached out to like one of the camera dudes, and he hadn't erased it yet. And he sent it over, and like they got it. But I ain't never been more nervous in my life from a fuck up. Seriously, because that's like, you know, they spent millions. They spent millions on that.
You can't get that back?
Nah. That's why I don't like doing reality, if I'm being honest with you, because you don't get no retake. Like, you miss it, you miss it. And yeah, people used to ask me to like do their weddings and stuff. I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. Especially if you a friend. Nah, you ain't gonna never let me live that shit down.
I think you do a good job. So are you willing to shoot people music videos here if they come with the right budget and the right mind frame and my ideas and
all day. Everybody know I shoot any, like, the thing to clarify is like, I don't shoot. Like, I'm not a shooter. I don't shoot. Like, I specifically direct.
Really an experience.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So like, if somebody were to hire me, like I would come with a team, and like it don't have to be like a whole thing where like I'm flying people down and all of that. Like I can hire local people. I know how to like find people that do exactly like what I need. But yeah, it wouldn't be a situation where like I'm showing up with a camera and it's just us. Like it's a whole discussion. I got a producer who gonna like break down the budget, and it's just about what you want to spend.
How can they get in contact with you?
So, IG, who's your film daddy? It's because I'm a dad. And I make movies. Yeah. I mean, or just, you know, hit me up on Facebook, Domonic Smith.
Or Dom Smith.
Man, I'm working on that.
You got some project, got something coming up?
Man, it sucks, man. I got to work with Taraji last year. Taraji P. Henson.
That was dope.
And I can't even like post about it. I can't I can talk about it, but that's it. Like the commercial release is supposed to release in May. It's gonna run for like 6 months or so. So that'll be dope.
It's coming. So did you get paid for that now?
That commercial?
Or do you gotta wait till it run?
Oh no, I got paid for it. Yeah. And that, man, like,
that's all that matters.
That world it's a different world. Like commercials, a lot of the commercials I've either produced or directed, no less than like 90,000. Like, and that's just for one day. It's crazy. Like that's
your budget or
like
your payment.
No, that's the budget.
Okay,
You're gonna have people count my pockets. Like I ain't gonna never come back
home. That's the budget of the whole. That's
still
crazy.
Yeah, that's the budget. But you know, like
commercial.
To think, like, especially when you sit down and watch it.
30 seconds?
Yeah, you sit down and watch a commercial and you like, man, it seemed like, yeah, we can put that together easy. Like I done seen niggas set up cameras. Like, what's so hard about this? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100,000, easy.
Commercial.
That's crazy.
For somebody walking into the store.
Mm-hmm.
Saying a couple of snazzy lines. Walking up.
y'all better be ready, man. In May, y'all see that Taraji commercial? He was behind it.
Yeah, let me know.
Got anything else you need to add?
Nah, man.
Y'all gotta check out that Squid Game music video.
Yeah, check out that Squid Game music video.
If y'all ain't
at the
seen
beginning,
it.
but go where they find that at.
Yeah.
Oh, go on YouTube at Squirrel's World, SPIROS World, and you'll check it out there.
Or on World Star.
Yeah, or on World Star. We're at almost 1 million now.
Okay.
That shit was dope. Shot it in 3 days. Yeah, planned it in 2 weeks. It was quick turnaround.
Easy work.
That's dope.
Yeah, nah, it was.
You know what he doing though.
Nah, anybody out there, y'all want to do something spectacular or like y'all just want to do something different, like hit me up. Like I'm telling you, I got you. Like I got the team. If y'all want to do something a little bit more like, out there, come out to Florida. Like it's cheaper too, so.
Stop asking me.
And the weather good. Hey, shout out our sponsor, Apple Sky Farms, man. They always keeping us good. We got the edibles and everything on deck.
Hey.
This is episode 38, man. Smoke Session with Squirrel, man.
Yeah.
It's your boy Squirrel. We got Domo in the building. It was a pleasure to have him in here. And we out of here.